Back at Nashville Superspeedway, under caution. You see we've had 6 for 25 laps. Just 2 lead changes. Reed Sorensen has been at the point for 128 laps. Kenny Wallace inherited the lead but spun his tires, we're told. He led 7 laps, and now it's 24-year-old Denny Hamlin from Joe Gibbs Racing at the point. Check in with Jeffro.
Steve, Larry, the 41 car is getting the blame for what happened to the 2 on coming off that corner. He says, according to Clint, he said that 41 car got in the back of me at Atlanta. Now he's done it here. Tell him not to do that again. Now, either he got him real loose up off the corner, arrow-wise, or at least he made him think that he got in the back of him. So right now, some bad blood brewing between the 2 and the 41.
Well, Jeff, we're watching the replay as you were talking, and there's no question that Reed Sorensen did not get into the back of Clint Boyers. We're watching the wreck of Paul Menard in 11 now. He ran up there fast. It looked like things stacked up in front of him, Jeff, and Reed Sorensen got a really good run. And remember, he's on fresh tires and just got him a little bit loose. And there was no contact there, but we've seen that happen all day long.
You know, Larry, last year when Richard Childress signed Clint Boyer, I was not all that familiar with him, and I don't think a lot of people were. But he's doing a great job. And then how about Denny Hamlin? Same thing, a short track racer from Virginia. Joe Gibbs signs him. Talk about that driver development program. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, he made 1 start, I think, last year at Darlington and had a heck of a run of all places at Darlington. So I think right then people went, how about this Denny Hamlin? He a man.
That's exactly right. 84 laps remaining here at Music City, USA. You're watching the Pepsi 300 on FX. Beautiful timing. Back at the Nashville Superspeedway. Green flag in the air. Denny Hamlin in the 20 leads him down into turn 1.
We have 14 cars on the lead lap. Interesting strategy with 1 to go. Jamie McMurray and that group back in the back of the pack anyhow on the lead lap. Came to pit road to top off. 82 laps to go. Should we stay green? I don't know, but just maybe a little strategy going on there with the 64 team.
Martin Truex Jr. in the 8 car rides second, followed by Reed Sorensen in the 41. Kenny Wallace in the 22 listed 4th. Shane Meal in the 32 5th. Clint Boyer 6th. Carl Edwards up to 7th in the 60 car, followed by Johnny Sauter and Jason Keller. Dick Berger.
Denny Hamlin looks real good out in the lead, but he does have some car problems. His brakes are a bit soft, and he is having to pump them under caution. Now, this is not a big brake track, so theoretically, at least, that shouldn't be a huge issue. He does have brakes, so he can avoid problems. But you just hate to see anything go wrong with a car when you're in the lead.
And Dick, I would say that you would use maybe more brakes at this mile and a third racetrack than you would think, and I don't see a lot of brake openings on the front of these cars. Martin Truex Jr. in the 8 car got loose, picking up the throttle. He's going to lose the 2nd position to Reed Sorensen in the 41. But I would say a lot of these teams maybe are using more brakes than they anticipated coming into this race.
Denny Hamlin out of Joe Gibbs Racing. Let's take a look at Reed Sorensen get past Martin Truex Jr.
Go off into turn 1. They pick the throttle up in the middle of the corner. And this is the minute that Martin Truex Jr. in the 8 car picks the throttle up. Car got loose with him. He had to roll back out of the throttle. Reed Sorensen drives by him. But remember, there's also about 25 to 30 laps difference in their tires, as well as about that same difference between Denny Hamlin in the 20 and Reed Sorensen in the 41. But you heard the guys saying all day long that the tires don't seem to make that much difference. But right now, Martin Truex Jr. has his hands full of Kenny Wallace in the 22 car. 4 fresh tires as well.
Remember, Kenny Wallace had the lead for about 7 laps, spun his tires on the restart, but battling back.
Well, actually, yeah, Kenny Wallace is on the same tire agenda as the 8 car as well as Denny Hamlin. Remember, he was the one that stayed out a while ago and spun the tires after restart. He does not have 4 fresh tires. Kenny Wallace has a good race car right now in the 22 car. I'm not sure has anything for Reed Sorensen in that 41, but an awfully good race car.
Aaron Fike has gone to the garage in the 66 with a transmission problem.
Need to mention that J.J. Yaley had that accident earlier. He's back out on the racetrack in 41st, 73 laps down. Making as many laps and trying to gain as many points as possible.
Tony Raines in the 33 car behind Truex Jr. Raines in the 15th position, a lap down.
He would love to see a caution flag because he would get the free pass back on the lead lap. Had that tire issue earlier that got him a lap down, and we have a battle for the lead brewing here. Reed Sorensen in the 41 car. His car's so good through the middle of the corner. I think he just needs to be patient here, take his time, pick and choose where he goes by the 20 car of Denny Hamlin.
Sorensen led the first 128 laps of this race.
This car just so good from the center off right now. But pretty impressed with Denny Hamlin in this 20 car. Trip Bruce, the crew chief over there. You see Denny Hamlin, we've been seeing that all day long. Picked the throttle up, got loose. And I think Reed Sorensen knew eventually that probably would happen if he stayed with him long enough. So Reed Sorensen back in the lead with 75 laps to go.
But Hamlin did a nice job not to overcorrect in that race car.
Oh, we got trouble right here. Stanton Barrett in the 36 car. Hard licking the inside wall. The caution will be out. Also, the 5 car, Boston Reed in trouble.
Caution out for the 7th time on lap 151. Stanton Barrett there in the 36. A lot of damage to his race car.
Now, both of these cars were 1 or more laps down. That will be a huge break, though, for Tony Raines in the 33 car. He will get the free pass. Now, Steve Burns, I would say that we may see a lot of these cars come to pit road because they could make it to the end here without stopping again.
Yeah, we're at lap 151, 74 laps to go. We'll run some laps under caution, so that'll save those teams some fuel. And so we might be seeing the last pit stop of the day. Of course, that would mean it would have to stay green, and we haven't seen the caution flag 7 times.
And I'd be surprised if the 20 and the 22, Denny Hamlin and Kenny Wallace, that they do not come to pit road, because remember, they're out there on older tires. They have over 40 laps, and Reed Sorensen in the 41, he's going to bring them all down pit road, possibly for that final pit stop, 4 tires, fuel, and those final adjustments. Looked like Johnny Sauter in the 1 car. He did stay out, though.
Jeff Hammond.
Well, right now, Kenny Wallace is bringing the Stacker 2 Chevrolet Ford, excuse me, to pit road. And you take a look, Mike Kaluka's on the right front. And these guys, they all know this could be for the win. And they're going to try to get him off pit road as quick as possible. He's got an opening behind him and 1 in front, so it could be a benefit for Kenny Wallace. Dick?
And Denny Hamlin's pit crew knows exactly the same thing. They are looking for a flawless pit stop here. Car is just a little bit loose. They adjusted that with tire pressure. Hamlin with a nice stop.
Hamlin and Kenny Wallace both had nice clear shots out of their pit stalls. Caution out here on lap 151. It's the 7th yellow flag. Trouble for Stanton Barrett. Take a look at what happened, Larry Mack.
It's over coming off turn 2. Looked like the 5 just washed up into the 36 car, Stanton Barrett. Boston Reed in the 5. And, of course, both of them end up in trouble. Stanton Barrett, you'll see this is a hard lick into that inside wall with the right front, right rear. And Stanton had a pretty decent run going.
We'll be back with more Busch Series Racing presented by Winfuel here on FX.